Friends, I'm Drumil Shah. This is my first video on Flutter. So Flutter is an open source mobile SDK by Google which helps you to create Android and iOS apps with a single code base in record time. In Flutter, whatever you see on the screen is a widget, and those widgets are broadly classified into two categories. First, stateless widgets, and second is stateful widgets. In this video, I'm going to cover what is stateless widget, what is stateful widgets, and when one should use it. So let's start with stateless widget. Stateless widget, it's a dumb widget. It doesn't know anything. Stateless widgets gets rendered only once when it gets instantiated. And it gets re-rendered only when the parent's widgets changes its configuration. That means if you want to display anything in the app which stays static throughout the application, you should use a stateless widget. Now, stateful widget. Stateful widget is a dynamic widget. It has its own property, and those properties are known as a state. That means that properties can be changed. Those properties can be changed. I mean, those state can be changed whether by user input, by any other operations, or maybe other widgets changes its state and it gets reflected over here. Now, to change the state of a stateful widget, you have to use setState method. Every time you use setState method, the stateful widget gets re-rendered. That means you have to take care whenever you use a setState method. Okay, so this is a simple understanding of stateful widget. If we can summarize, it's like a widget which has its own state. That state can be manipulated by any other actions, and those actions makes stateful widget re-rendered. Let's take an example. Let's see in a code. So here I have created a simple application in which we are simply showing the hello world in the center of the screen. So here is the code. Here I have created a stateless class called myApp. In that I'm adding a scaffold widget. Scaffold widget provides the basic structure of the app. Here I have added a app bar widget into the app bar property of the scaffold. In app bar I have added a title, and the title accepts a widget. So here we have provided the text widget. Now in the body we have a widget named center, and in a child I am passing another text widget with the text hello, and I have applied some style so to make it visible for us. So this is just a simple application. Now let's just create a custom class for this center. So I have created a wrapper of a center as a stateless widget. Okay, so here in custom center class I'm expecting a widget as a child, and I have created a constructor. Now in a build method of my custom center class, I'm returning just a simple center widget, and the child, and I have set the child property as a widget that I'm expecting in the constructor. Let's just use this. So I'm changing this center widget to the custom center widget. As we have created, there is our custom widget. We don't need to apply a key. So I have just saved it and it works. Simple. Now just to check whether this code is working or not, I have applied the print statement in the build. Here in the console, we are able to see that this widget is being executed. If I click on again hot reload button, again it gets rendered, and we are able to see this. Now let's create a stateful custom widget. So here I have created a custom counter class which is extending the stateful widget. Here we have created a state class as a underscore custom counter state. We have a property called counter. This counter property is actually known as a state. So currently the state of a counter is nothing. We haven't applied anything. So by default it may be null. Init state. Now as we have in Android activity lifecycle, Here the stateful widget has its own life cycle. Currently we are not going into the detail. Here I am just talking about the init state. Init state is called once and it gets initialized the state of the stateful widget. So here we are initializing the counter variable equal to 0. Now in a build method, I have created a column widget which expects a multiple widgets as a children property. Here I have added a raise button and a text widget. So raise button widget accepts two parameters. One is an on pressed and second is a child. In child we have applied a text widget which has text called click me, and on pressed we are updating the state of a widget using state method. Here we are just incrementing the counter and updating the state of it. Now to show this, I have added one more widget called text, and here I am utilizing that counter widget to display. Let's run this program. So in the body, I am just removing this text widget and let's just utilize custom counter and let's run it. So here we are able to see this. Now if you check the logs, we have a custom center widget is rendered and custom counter widget is rendered. Now if we change the state by clicking on click me button, see the state of a custom counter widget is updated and that widget get re-rendered. Here we are able to see this in a log. Let me just re-render again and increment the counter. So here I have incremented counter 4 times and we are able to see this. But that center widget is not re-rendering as this is a stateless widget. So this is the simply thing that if you want to change the state, you have to make it as a stateful, or if this is just a static thing, you have to make this widget as a stateless widget. I hope I am able to solve the doubt between stateless and stateful. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please share your feedback in the comment section and please share this video those who want to learn about what is stateless and stateful widgets. Thank you for watching, and yes, please subscribe.